Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the 10th video of this series Salesforce hosted MCP server, and in this video we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, which is in Salesforce you have created your agents, right? But let's say we are all talking about headless 360. So how you can expose your Agentforce agent as an MCP server, right? So there are ways to do that, but the one way I'm going to talk today is via the agent API, right? How we can enable agent API through Apex as an MCP server. That's what I'm going to talk about. So if you see my class, I have created a class called InvokeAgentAction. And if you see basically my agent over here, sorry, my class over here. So what I did is I have a invokable method here. And then you see it accept the list of requests. The request is having three parameter: user message, session ID, and agent API name. And then basically this is the response where like the agent response and session ID I'm returning. And I'm using invokable action wrapper from Salesforce, which allows us to like directly consume agent API by passing the agent API name and agent action. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm passing the agent action and basically agent API name and returning the output. So this is so my class is ready. Now I need to register it as an API catalog through external service registration. So what I did is I created external service registration metafile. I generated it through basically Cloud Code. I like asked my Cloud Code to generate it. If you don't want to do through like external service registration, then maybe like what you can do is you can change the global access modifier here. You can make it global instead of public. Sorry, you can switch from public to global to directly access it as a invokable tool in MCP registration, right? MCP server registration in Salesforce. So once you you have either two options: either go with the global invokable class or public invokable class or enabled public invokable class, right? It's up to you how you want to do that, but what I'm trying to show here is the capability. So I have a case CRUD agent in my org. Let me show that to you quickly. So I have it in my agent studio. If I go to agent and search for case, it should have, yeah. So this is my agent, case CRUD agent, and this is what like I'm going to expose this agent through agent API, but as an MCP server, right? I'm not directly consuming the agent API. So the next step is let us create a custom MCP server. I will say agent MCP server, and description I will say call agent script agent by passing user utterance, right? Let me just correct the typo. Yeah, and then I will say create, and then here you see it generated the URL, but I need to add the tool. So I will go and switch to AuraEnabled, and then here is my action, invoke agent action. If you see the input a schema and output a schema, so based on my class, right, and external registration, it will appear. So I'm going to add this tool and say done, and then I will activate it. And if you go to your cursor now, before going to cursor, make sure like you have uh, a connected app through external client app manager. I have shown that step in previous videos. I will post the link to video in the description. You watch it or perform the same step to generate a consumer key and secret to authenticate properly between cloud and Salesforce through MCP server. So now the next step would be like I will just go to customize and connectors and click on plus add connector here, and I will say Salesforce AI agent registration, and then in the URL I will pass my generated URL from here, and key will come in client ID and secret will come in OAuth client secret, and I will add it, and then it will ask me to connect through authentication. So I will authenticate with my personal user in the org, and it is authenticated now. So let me test it through chat. So before that, I will just make sure that every other tool is disabled here and only Salesforce AI agent registration is enabled. So I'm going to say create a case in Salesforce. So it will look for the tool. It is asking me, I'll say log, let's say feature request. I'm just giving this as a subject. Let's see, does it work? So now it is asking the agent, and I'm saying okay, allow, and then it might have come with end result and say okay, it's saying me authenticated issue. But the whole point is it hit the agent and asking for authentication on the agent level. But yeah, from the capability wise, I was able to hit my agent properly over there. If if I have to show whether it really hit or not, I can go to session and intent here, and hopefully like the session would have been appeared. So let me refresh it once quickly. And in the session and intent, it generally like takes some time. Yeah, here it is, right? So no, I think it has not came yet, but yeah, generally like it takes some time to appear over here, generally 5 minutes or so. But yeah, from the functionality wise, I was able to like do that. Only thing is it hit the authentication issue, but that's fine. So we were able to call the agent through MCP server, right? So that's all I wanted to. So in the next video, we will talk about prompt template, like how you can use a prompt template of type Flex as an MCP server exposed to MCP clients like Cloud, ChatGPT, or Cursor, or any other of your choice. Thank you for watching.